Yeah, babe, wait, have an hour left. Have an hour left. I'll call you after.
He doesn't have a couple of hours during
We're taping and this guy is not
This
here.
guy's not. Hey, thanks for joining us, huh? Really
No
tough.
wife. No wife. I said I promise it won't happen again. But guys, I need, guys, on the Facebook page, give me some advice how to control my wife.
There you go.
That's a very good thing. That's a good thing.
Anyways, we'll start our second segment with a
And you
big
spell sleeping on the couch for Francis.
with a big London derby. My beloved Tottenham that played against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea wins the game 4-2, and we saw the magic of the three tones, guys.
Wow. Like Hazard, Oscar, Mata. Mata had a chance to score, 16 goals that game, and
He's playing very well.
And Tottenham, not taking anything away from them, they're still a great team, but I believe in this game, even though both, I believe you guys will agree with me, both defenses looked a bit shaky. John Terry not being there, the Tottenham one looked a bit more shaky. They don't have that pillar.
The problem is
That Gary Cahill, where they, that type of player.
But Dembele in midfield wasn't playing.
No, he wasn't, yeah.
So that Otto Stone and Sandro, which
Gareth
are a bit
Bale.
all over the place. Gareth Bale decided not to show up because his wife's about to give birth, which she wasn't giving birth on that date. He just didn't have his head to the game, he said, and she was expecting the next few days. Guys, I'm disappointed. Guys,
Do you think it would have been a difference?
of course, what I mean, Tottenham had no width whatsoever. They couldn't get the ball out wide. It made a big difference, and it was pretty obvious because every time Aaron Lennon got the ball out the wide, he was dangerous. I could imagine with Bell on the other side how dangerous Tottenham could have been, but that's not where they lost the game.
No, definitely not. But they still had they could have taken it to Chelsea.
They did actually. I thought
did,
after the
but-
first half, I go, "There's no game. Forget it. Chelsea's in control." They came back with 2 goals. They were actually in the lead.
Yeah, Defoe, and you saw it. What do you think,
Guys,
Christy?
I think that Chelsea was sleeping for approximately 10-15 minutes of this game, and that's why it became a game, because after that, it was total domination.
I just think this Chelsea team could put the switch on and off whenever they want.
Exactly.
You know what? I think they've proven it a couple of games. Here's the question: you guys think that David Luiz, he actually knows that people call him Sideshow Bob?
Yeah, he knows for sure. They're probably making T-shirts about it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I have to say also there, just if I can add something, I'll even go a step further. I think they even have a dimmer situation. The dimmer situation is when all the lights are on, all the 3 heads are on their game. And the dimmer just keeps on going down. And it's very rare that none of the 3 are on their game.
The dimmer effect. You've heard it first here on Red Card
I
Weekly.
like that term actually.
Copyright that
Do you
shit.
think Di Matteo just gives them freedom to roam around and they feed off each other like
it
3
was
beasts?
said, it was said on the, not this week's game, it was 2 weeks ago. It was ESPN who said it. He gives them full reign on the offensive side, but he expects them to be in position at all times defensively. Typical Italian coach.
Can you picture Chelsea without Torres? And Falcao was number 9.
Woo!
If Falcao was number 9,
Guys, honestly, Torres, I feel like smashing this cup on his head. I hate the way this guy is become.
But he's been scoring.
He scores because everybody else does the work for him.
Oh yeah, they're feeding
He
him.
is a lazy striker.
he's a poacher.
He had no. He's not even a
He's not a
poacher.
poacher.
He's not even in the right position. He looks like he's wandering
He's
around.
lost.
He's
He
more
lost that
concerned
space.
about how his hair is fixed up and that little thing over there, and
Anyways, as you can see,
he was
we're not
much
a
better
fan-
at Liverpool.
We're not a fan of Torres because a few times we've been bashing him.
All right.
Anyways, we'll talk about Italy-Denmark this week. Italy actually gave a good performance because Denmark's not a pushover.
No, definitely not.
They've been known to get hard
Denmark
to play
has
before.
Nicholas Bentner.
Il top player
Quello
Juventus.
che non gioca mai
Non gioca
con
mai.
il nero e bianco, ma gioca sempre con il rosso e bianco.
I just want to say, last week we were bashing Montolivo. Montolivo was the best player on the field.
Wow.
That was my
No, I have to admit I supported you.
And you know what? Everybody's like, oh, the goaltender didn't even attempt. I'm sorry. That goal that he scored, it was just perfectly into that corner. Even if he was going to dive, he was not going to stop that. He played a fantastic game. Fantastic. Allegri, take a la matita, take a la morse de carte, and write down what he was doing.
But to the defense of Allegri, the people that he's surrounded with on the national team are nowhere close to the people that
Did we
he's
see
surrounded
that?
with in Rio.
The way that goal was set up, the movement, there was 3-4 players involved in a one-touch passing movement.
Yeah, it was very very nice to watch him play in this kind of way, especially against a team like Denmark. It wasn't, all due respect to Armenia or stuff like that, but it It was great. It was great to see Mario Balotelli not only scoring with one man down after that stupidagino of Osvaldo. Osvaldo, your hand should not be in the guy's face. I don't care, even if you didn't meet, your hand should not be. Put your hands right over here, meant to be do something. But Mario, you got tackled probably 60 times. You never said a word. You got up. But I believe I want Steve to explain this. Our defense, I think you guys will agree with me. Our defense still looks a lot shaky.
Guys, we said it over and over again. Almost nowhere in the world, no one wants to play defense anymore.
It's
and you see it. You see it with the Italy team. We don't usually get those type of goals scored on us, and we usually don't have that much trouble getting out from the back. And we're lucky and we're spoiled to have the options that we have in front of the defense to control a bit of the game.
I don't know if it was the Sanctus not communicating to the defense. Maybe Buffon would have done a better job, but on the header, if you guys remember the header,
let's give DeSantis a break there.
I
don't even think he knew where his gloves were that game.
But he made a couple of big saves.
He made a couple of big games, but Buffon is the goalie of the national team till he decides he does not want to be the goalie of the national team.
And then it would be passed on to someone else than DeSantis.
Exactly. It's not going to be him.
But I think Balotelli was key in the second half because we were one man down and he managed to hold up the ball, slow down, get fouled.
He was defending.
He was defending. Prandelli has this guy playing.
Mature Balotelli, and he's all over the news there. Leave the guy alone. He's 22 years old. He has all kinds of money. You know he's going to make some stupid decision. But now we see it's almost like a father figure with Prandelli. He tells him when he does something wrong, but he makes sure to tell him when he does something good too.
Exactly.
Quickly, Prandelli is very fond on discipline and everything. After what Osvaldo did it, do you think he calls him back the next game?
Yeah, because it wasn't something off the field. Like, he screwed up, but Italy still was able to adapt to the 10-man situation. The only criticism, constructive feedback I would have for Prandelli is you have the under-21 playing, right? Cesare, if I may call you Cesare. You call up guys like El Shaarawy. You got Destro, Verratti, but you sit them on the bench. If I know you want them for 2014, well, should they not get some experience playing?
I agree with you, man. Yeah. Absolutely. But to their defense, I don't think Prandelli was expecting. The fact that we went one man down, I think it changed the situation.
So why didn't they play the game before?
We looked bad against Armenia. We didn't look good. We were against the ropes.
Yeah, but it was a. I think they planned for the matches to be flip-flop. They thought that Armenia was going to be a bit of an easier game, and Denmark was going to be the harder game. And I think the roles got reversed. That's why they didn't play.
Had the chance.
But I have to tell you this: I understand the U21, but this is our future. Even sitting on the bench is good. Experience
for the whole team,
for them to get together and to be. They're going to be traveling. They're going to be all together. It's fine for them. Italy, the under-21 still won.
Here's the question: you put in Destro instead of Balotelli, where El Shaarawy is playing a lot better than Destro right now. Is it because he's the same kind of player as Balotelli, nice and tall, and can just finish the balls?
It's just the tactic.
And what is Giaccherini doing? That Giaccherini doesn't even play for Juventus. That's the only one I don't understand. Anyways, I know he's got a specific position to play in the national team, but it's getting better from the Bulgaria game. To the Malta game, we're getting there. De Rossi, fantastic. Pirlo, fantastic once again with the 2 assists. What did they say on Ryan there when he crossed it into De Rossi?
Pirlo ha mandato al bar.
Anyways, guys, Italy's on the right track. The other teams in the groups are dropping points. So if we keep on doing this, getting points on the road, wins at home, we'll be fine.
It just defense, De Sciglio, I believe.
That's a big question.
Maybe for in a couple of years. He just turned 20 this week. Auguri, Mattia. At 22 years old, I don't know if he's going to be able.
What is your cousin?
He's in the Milanese. I believe, guys, we all know defense wins championships, World Cups. We're always going to believe. Obviously, we got Italy in our hearts, but I don't know with the kind of defense that we have right now. If we got what it takes to take us all the way to the finals.
Anyways, quickly, guys, we have to mention Canada lost 8-1 against Honduras. We're not qualifying for the World Cup again. And I just want to give credit to Steve. If you want to talk about the article you wrote on the website.
Guys, I saw the 8-1 and I had no choice. It was late at night and I just started to write and then I posted it on the Facebook page. I have no words to explain how we can lose 8-1 to Honduras. Honduras is probably
it's
still a good team, but 8-1.
It's embarrassing.
Those are San Marino scores.
Yeah.
San Marino, where there's carpenters that play, there's electricians that play. Canada, let's get serious. Enough is enough. Something has to be done. I wrote the article just on personal feeling, and you can go check it out by all means. There was also a good article from Jason DeVos the day after.
I wonder where you get your material there,
And
Jason.
he basically can go more in depth because of his connections and what and his opinion on the Canadian game. Francis has been involved he's an ex-Canadian national. Yes, he is. And he understands that the game needs to change in this country because we cannot afford to not make the World Cup. It doesn't make sense.
But do we go back to the position that in North America only 2 teams qualify? You always have US and Mexico, and that's why in '86 there's 3 now. But you see, like even in '86, it's because it was hosted in Mexico. But Canada, honestly, what was missing? I mean, Steve's favorite word: "Chimangava la grinta." Chimangava la grinta. When that guy passes the ball in between your legs, you're just there standing like this.
Anyways, guys,
Have a bit of passion.
you guys are all right. I encourage everyone to read Steve's article because it really sums it up
Yeah,
at different
very nice.
levels of soccer in Canada. Steve, props to
Very
that.
nice, very
So guys, let's go finish the show with our red card of the week. Steve, what is your red card of the week?
Red card of the week. I can't believe I'm saying this. It goes to the Italian national team
Mother.
because I don't know how they pick their numbers, if they pick it out of the hat. But ladies and gentlemen, the number 10 for the Italian national team this week was Candreva.
How did that happen?
I don't know how that
All the
happened.
players.
I just have to say that for the young people who watch this, or people who are not familiar with soccer too much, the number 10 is a classic number. It is a number that's worn by the best player on that team. I don't care that it's a qualifier. The number 10 has to be respected. Unfortunately, the number 10 is not respected anymore because anybody wears it. Boateng even wears it.
Boateng.
Would you rather for nobody to wear it?
I'd rather
At this
no
point,
one wear it.
no, nobody should wear
I'd
it.
rather
It doesn't
no
make
one.
any sense.
All right, my red card of the week goes to Germany, the national team. Schweinsteiger, before the game against Sweden, was blaming everybody. Germany doesn't get the credit due. We don't get respected. Schweinsteiger, I understand you made some finals, you finished 3rd, but you haven't won anything. You guys play great soccer, and this week, just to prove it, you're winning 4-0. You're really arrogant and everything. Sweden comes back the last 30 minutes, 25 minutes, they make it 4-4. Schweinsteiger, that's in your face.
That was
You
you
learned
learned from that. Actually, no, that was pretty bad.
Vince, finally,
Obviously, I always have my 2 little. Actually, I don't have a red card. I have 2 yellows that make up a red.
we're getting used to it.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
missed
guys.
the concept.
Thanks.
2 yellows, right? Yeah.
First off, Serie B this week. Yesterday, actually, Verona versus Livorno. Verona fans, ultras, started having anti-Pier Mario Morosini chants. This is the guy that died last year on the field from a heart attack at 25 years old. That is completely disgraceful. Vergognatevi, maleducati, because that, you know what, let the guy rest in peace. You could talk, you know what, racism is one thing, whatever, but to chant against a guy that passed away on a field doing something that he loves is completely unacceptable.
Disgusting.
Maleducati,
That's one of the
vergognati.
lowest things I've seen in recent years in terms
And
of...
unfortunately, those that's happened in Italy because, anyways.
Just about another topic, your other yellow card, that was an embarrassing moment.
Yeah, for my second yellow
Yeah.
card, I want to talk about a bit of racism, talking about starting with John Terry. After a whole year of this fiasco, I'm not calling John Terry a racist or not. After a whole year of this fiasco, you actually come out and say, yeah, you know what, I apologize, I'm not gonna go against the ban, I apologize for the language that I used. John, you should have said that a year ago. If you would have said that a year ago, you would have had your 3-4 game match ban, maybe even 10. Nobody would be talking about it today. And you know what's going to happen for the rest of your career? Every time you're going to touch the ball, everybody's going to whistle you. And on that second note, Rio Ferdinand and friends, you don't wear an anti-racism t-shirt because you're saying that they don't do enough for the racism cause. You know what? You're probably right, 100%. But once again, you're making this about yourself. You play for Manchester United, you play for one of the greatest coaches that probably ever lived, and you're going to be the only guy. How many African-American black players are playing with you in that team, and you decide not to do that, and there was another 2 players around
Which leads to our question of the week.
Very selfish.
Question of the week, Vince.
Question of the week,
30
guys.
seconds left.
30 seconds left. If you were the head of FIFA, what would you do right now to try to help stopping racism in the stadiums? What would you, I know we're never going to be able to abolish it.
We'll post a
100%.
question on the Facebook page. Please comment. We'll take
Check
the
it
best
out.
answers. See you guys next week.
Check it out,
Thank you.
check it out, check it out.